Coming up at 11, former President Donald Trump made his way to the Commonwealth this evening. We will tell you why just ahead.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Olivia Calfee. Former President Donald Trump made a stop in Lexington for a private event hosted by Kelly and Joe Kraft. He would normally be in court in New York as the alleged hush money trial carries on. However, court cannot be held on Wednesdays. He's afforded a big fundraising opportunity. Jeremy Toms is following the visit.
Former President Donald Trump touched down in the Bluegrass just before 5 this evening, welcomed in by some supporters en route to a private fundraising dinner in Lexington.
When it comes to mounting a major campaign like a presidential campaign, the early money is often the most important money. It's what they use to pull together the teams on which they're going to rely.
Trump attended a similar lunch event in Ohio, and these efforts come as the former president's hush money case carries on in New York. So from money to public perception, Dr. Stephen Voss says these stops will be critical to his campaign moving forward.
The swing voters are also part of the audience. And if all they're seeing is Donald Trump in legal trouble, that's not helping him persuade them. Donald Trump needs these visits, these signs of more traditional campaigning.
It's a dinner which may also be meaningful for host Kelly Kraft, a former UN ambassador in the Trump administration.
For Kelly Kraft to bury the hatchet in terms of Donald Trump not endorsing her for governor. It's a wise decision if she intends to keep a hand in politics.
But this is the type of visit that Voss expects we won't see when the race to become president ramps up.
As the real election kicks in, the candidates are going to be forced more and more to travel to the battleground states. If Donald Trump is ever in danger of losing Kentucky, he's not going to get anywhere near the presidency anyway.
In Lexington, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
The Kentucky Democratic Party responded to Trump's appearance on social media tonight, saying in part, quote, "Indictments don't come cheap. That's why Donald Trump is headed to Lexington for a glitzy fundraiser, hoping that donors can foot the bills for his legal fees." New tonight, 2 people are behind bars in Powell County charged with abuse and animal cruelty. The Powell County Sheriff's Office says they arrested Lonetta Daniels and Matthew Bowen after a welfare check at their home. They say they found extremely poor living conditions and recovered 24 animals, most of which were malnourished. Daniels and Bowen are both charged with criminal abuse and cruelty to animals.
Still watching out for a few light showers and a few sprinkles to close out your Wednesday. Let's go to First Alert Pinpoint Doppler and some good news. No heavy rainfall issues, also no severe storms, but we are tracking some light showers this evening in the Big Sandy Valley from Lawrence County, pushing into parts of Martin, also Pike counties, and into Wayne, Mingo, and Logan counties at this hour. Also some more light to moderate showers over parts of Buchanan into Dickinson County in Southwest Virginia, and over parts of southern Kentucky, pushing into northern Tennessee from Whitley County into Knox, also Bell counties, and some more light showers from Harlan County moving into Lee County, Virginia at this hour. Also watching out for some areas of dense fog down to 0 miles over in Pike County, less than 1 mile from Middlesboro over in Bell County. So we could see some more areas of dense fog and some low visibility to wake up on your Thursday. So a first alert, you may need some extra time on that Thursday morning commute. Most of us right now in the middle to lower 60s up to 63 in Jackson, 61 for our friends in Pikeville, 64 in London, 66 over in Somerset at this hour. Most of us wake up in the upper 50s to lower 60s. A small chance of a few sprinkles, maybe a stray shower this evening, but for most we are trending drier, also more foggy and more mild to wake up on your Thursday. A little bit of a break for most of us tomorrow, but higher rain chances on Friday also for this weekend. Those details coming up in just a little bit. Olivia?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Polling locations across the Commonwealth will open tomorrow for early voting in this year's primary election. Kelsey Soto caught up with Secretary of State Michael Adams to talk about turnout.
You don't have to wait until Tuesday to cast your ballot in this year's primary election. For 3 days, you can visit a polling precinct near you and cast your vote early. Historically, primaries don't yield the best turnout in Kentucky.
We had about 18,900 requests for absentee ballots. That tracks almost exactly what we saw a year ago when our overall turnout was 14.5%. So I'm expecting about the same, about 15%.
Secretary of State Michael Adams has been in office since 2020, so he's got a few elections under his belt. He says he's been studying demographics in the Bluegrass state.
It's hard to get young voters to turn out in primaries. It's hard to get them to turn out ever. But they tend to have a better turnout in a general election. And that's especially true in a presidential election.
This year, all 100 state House of Representative seats and 19 Senate seats are up for the taking. 16% of legislative races will basically be decided in the primary because there's no challenger in the other party.
The number one reason people tell me that they don't vote is not that they're suppressed, it's that they just don't know enough about the candidates and about the offices.
Adams says he's also been working with AARP and the YMCA to bring awareness to the importance of elections and help with their quest to recruit more volunteers.
We're going to have to find younger blood at some point and get them working the polls, because most of our poll workers are senior citizens, and over time they're going to age out, they're going to retire, and we have to have their kids and grandkids stepping up.
In Frankfort, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.
No excuse early voting means you don't have a reason to cast your ballot ahead of time. Counties must keep polling places open at least 8 hours per day from Thursday through Saturday. People across the region have now had more than 24 hours to reflect since Chief Forecaster Brandon Robinson announced his retirement. Since his announcement, thousands of people have shared their love, excitement, and well wishes to Brandon on social media. Longtime friend and former colleague Dan Mosley says he is a better person because he has Brandon as a friend.
His demeanor and his humor on air made him a legend in broadcasting in these mountains. I'm thankful that he's my friend, and I'm thankful that that the mountains have got to know Brandon Robinson.
Brandon's last official day at WYMT is June 30th. And as we continue to celebrate Brandon's time at WYMT, we would like for you to share your photos with us. If you have any photos of you and Brandon from festivals, public appearances, or any other event, we encourage you to share those photos with us at WYMT.com. Just look for our web story, or you can scan the QR code on your screen. The Cedar Innovation and Entrepreneurship Fair kicked off this week at the University of Pikeville. The fair, once known as the Cedar Coal Fair, works with Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, to get students involved in the discussion and dreaming about the future of the region and its workforce. With more than 200 projects at the fair and a separate project with more than 60 students researching healthcare careers, Fair Manager Karen Hamilton says it is all about having crucial conversations.
It's amazing and inspiring. Our students have done such wonderful work. We have such talented, creative students, and to give them an opportunity to showcase what they can do is really a lot of what this is about.
Cedar is hosting an open house and reception for the projects tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the 7th floor of the University of Pikeville's Health Professionals Building. Folks in Middlesboro welcomed a new development to the area earlier this week. The new Hobby Lobby opened its doors on Monday, and officials say the flow of customers has been consistent ever since. The new location not only serves Middlesboro, but the tri-state area. Many customers were traveling up to an hour and a half to shop for their crafting needs. Executive Director of the Bell County Chamber of Commerce, Melissa Turner, says, quote, "The Bell County Chamber of Commerce is thrilled to welcome Hobby Lobby to our community. Their arrival brings new job opportunities, enhances our local economy, and provides fantastic shopping options. We are also excited to see visitors from out of town coming to Middlesboro to shop at Hobby Lobby and explore our wonderful area," end quote. For more information on the new Hobby Lobby in Middlesboro, you can head to this story on our website. Monday marked the beginning of Police Officer Awareness Week. This week is the time where the community gives thanks to our local law enforcement for protecting and serving us. Officials talked about what it means to serve their communities.
What it means to me to be a police officer is being able to help others that are in need, being able to comfort people once they're having, hard times in their life, because you don't know what everybody's going through in life. So that's my main goal as a police officer, being able to serve my community, to help others that are in need.
Police Appreciation Week ends this Sunday, so take the time to show our local law enforcement what they mean to you. And coming up on Mountain News at 11, President Biden and Donald Trump agreed to meet face-to-face for the first presidential debate of the year.
Plus, we are a little bit drier tomorrow before those rain chances increase by Friday and this weekend. Your forecast coming up after this break.